He will tell you everything
Yeah.
he can in the worst ways possible to keep you stuck, to keep you alone, to keep you in the dark, to keep you hidden, to keep you scared. And this list is to stand up to him and anyone who treats you like that and say, no, as a mom, as a woman, as a human,
As a person.
I have the right to.
Welcome to the I Am Mother of the Year podcast, where we equip and encourage moms just like you to move from isolation, fear, comparison, and chaos to community, compassion, peace, and freedom. We're so glad you're here.
Hey, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jen, and this is the I Am Mother of the Year podcast.
And did you know, as a mom, that you have rights?
Yes, the right to make dinner and do laundry and bath time and bedtime and
Yes, those are among your certain unalienable rights as a mother.
I feel so empowered right now. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing.
No, oh my gosh. Okay, listen, this is very important. We're talking about your rights today. You're like, why do I have to talk about my rights? Because we say it's important.
You're going to want to listen. This is good.
Trust me, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
And we'll get to all the reasons why in just a moment. But let me just read some of these rights and just see if you, just check. Do you actually feel this way? Or does something ping in you going, huh? Oh, no, I don't actually believe that that's true.
So quick little backstory. I was sent this from my Christian counselor. She was like, have you ever taken a look at this? I'm like, no, this is amazing. It's called the Assertive Bill of Rights. It's from Ruth Sharon, and she's got a master's, and she's just all-knowing and wonderful, and it's great.
Yep.
So that's what this is.
It's in the show notes because we want you to, spoiler alert, the action step at the end is going to be to do the work on this.
We want you to have it.
You gotta have it because you gotta live it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna read a couple of them and see, do you believe this? As a mom, I have the right to accept and respect myself and my choices. As a mom, I have the right to feel satisfied, happy, and to allow inner peace.
No mom guilt mentioned there? I have the right to mom guilt? No.
It doesn't say that here.
Okay.
It's not indicated. As a mom, I have the right to take good care of my whole being, my body, my mind, my spirit.
You have the right as a mom to take care of you.
Yeah, that's not a privilege or a luxury.
Oh my God.
That's an unalienable right if I've ever heard
That's
one.
right.
Take that, forefathers.
Rights.
Or something
Founding.
from the Constitution.
The Second Amendment. Yeah.
This is why we need Ruth. Thank you, Ruth, for this list.
It's so empowering. That one hits me the hardest out of the three. You have the right. You're not an afterthought. You have the right to take care of your whole being.
Yeah. What I love, mine is inner peace. I think our culture right now, the motherhood culture specifically, shames inner peace. You're never really supposed to have it together because it's never enough. So if you feel inner peace, you're probably doing something wrong.
Oh.
Do you feel that way?
Be distracted, strive.
Yeah.
Vice, self-medicate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and if you're not stressed and kind of hot messy, or if you're not putting on the perfect everything,
then you're not doing enough.
You're not doing enough. You're not doing it right.
Oh, interesting.
Yuck.
Gross.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's why we're talking about this today, to free you from this. But I know, Jen, you mentioned your counselor. This is from a very important time in your life that we've talked about before. We talked about it last episode a little bit. But tell us, were there times in your life that you didn't believe any of these rights?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
In the darkest time, I did not believe a single one.
You didn't even have imagination that they even existed.
No, I did not believe it. No, I'm like, no, I don't have the right to do those things. I'm being told and shown otherwise.
Yeah.
So my top two, as I looked through the list and kind of reflected back on that time, the first one is to set my own priorities about my use of time, money, space, and energy.
Okay.
And I don't want to harp too much on this to share like, and then this happened and he said this. But just know that was not my reality at all. I did not have the right to do those things.
Right, because the story
So
is...
I was told.
Yeah, the story is Jen was trapped in an abusive marriage for far too long. And that's just, it's a huge part of your story.
Yeah.
But it's not the defining part, which I love. And so that's just adds another layer of not only credibility, but like empathy and compassion that you have for moms who feel stuck no matter what you feel stuck in.
Yeah.
And so, so you didn't believe you could choose.
No, I was told the opposite, that this is how it's going to be. You do not have the right to have your own money, space, time, energy, priorities. This is the agenda, and you need to conform to this. So, yeah, that's not healthy.
No.
Just so we're clear.
So we're clear.
Yeah.
And what about the other one?
The other one was to have healthy, life-enhancing relationships where clear communication is valued, to make conscious decisions to change relationships. So we mentioned that it was an abusive relationship, and we talked about this a little bit last episode, but like isolation is key in an abusive relationship because it affects the success or the failure of the abuse, because the more isolated you are, the more power and control they have. So it was like the frog in the boiling pot of water, right? Like it was a slow process, but near the end, I was not able to talk to my parents on the phone who lived a state away. And so when I heard gravel fly, I would have to say, "Oh, I gotta go, I'm sorry, I gotta go, I'll talk to you later." And like hurrying it up off the phone really fast. Or like I was forced to put all the conversations with my father on speakerphone. Those kind of things that like I couldn't even, I was physically removed, and then emotionally and mentally I became more and more removed. But there were ties cut off to my church family, and I had to move to a new town, so I was away from all of my family and friends. I did not know a single soul. So that whole relationship thing, an abuser doesn't want other voices speaking into your life, so the less relationships you have, the better.
Right.
So I did not have the right to have those relationships.
Right. Well, and that's the key, is the isolation.
Yeah.
And that is so the other day I was writing a little bit about Jen's story, and I was like typing a little bit about her abuser, and I was like, this is the devil. This is what the devil does. Like the devil is your abuser. Your abuser.
That's so true.
Right? He's the accuser. He's the thief of joy. He's the prince of lies and darkness and all this. We can call him every name in the book, but this is what he does. He isolates you. He makes you feel like you don't have access to this Bill of Rights, that you don't have access to peace. You don't have access to people who want to pour into your life. Like he wants to keep you in the dark alone. And he wants to keep you there as long as he can, because he knows that when you see the light, when you experience the hope, when you can walk out into that and start taking steps into your future, that you will become the woman you were created to be, and that lives will be changed. Yours, your families, your neighbors.
Your family, your kids. He
doesn't want that ripple effect of health and light and life in this world at all. And he is so hell-bent on making sure that doesn't happen. He will tell you everything he can in the worst ways possible to keep you stuck, to keep you alone, to keep you in the dark, to keep you hidden, to keep you scared. And this list is to stand up to him and anyone who treats you like that and say, no, as a mom, as a woman, as a human,
as a person,
I have the right to
fill in the blank.
Look at this list. Look at the list. That's why this work is so important.
Amen. You're on fire. Can I interject really fast?
Please, you never have to ask that. You can
Well, I don't want to, if you're like, wait, no, let me just finish this thought.
You're on the couch too, Jen. As a co-couch sitter, you have the right to.
Thank you.
Speak your mind.
Talk about the book captivating again.
Talk about the book captivating.
Okay, when we're sitting here, I don't like plan to talk about it, but like different chapters come to my head.
Good.
Maybe it's the Holy Spirit, so I'm gonna share. One of the chapters is called A Special Hatred. And as you were preaching about how the prince and the deceiver and the thief and the whatever is coming after us, I'm like, no, but wait, that is a real thing.
Yeah.
Again, no matter where you are in your faith journey, this might be a new concept to you of like, what? Spiritual warfare? I have an enemy? Are you guys crazy? No, we're not. But lean in, listen closely. We're gonna try to walk you through it. This is a real thing.
For sure.
So I won't do it justice, but just go maybe check out the book Captivating by John and Stacy, Eldridge. And there's this chapter called A Special Hatred. And it talks about how the whole, like the biblical explanation of Satan was actually a really beautiful angel and fell and this and that. And it talks about the journey, but how there was vanity because he was beautiful. And so how there is a special hatred towards women because we represent beauty and that we are beautiful. And he's jealous of the beauty that we represent. So he wants to tear us down and steal our beauty. And when you don't have inner peace, you're not showing up as the beautiful woman that God created you to be. And the last thing is lots of things, but my other point is he also talks about how Satan wants to kill and destroy, right? So it talks about the fact that women, biologically, we birth children and we bring life, we reproduce with the help of our husbands, but we procreate and we are the bringers of life, right? Life bearers. And how if he can take us out, then he's taking out children to come and families and legacies and generations. And that eventually, if he got all of us women, we would cease to exist.
Right,
like there goes the population.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what he wants. He wants to destroy the earth that God created. And so it's like, if he can take us out, there's the lifeline. I mean, you're going to the source.
Totally.
So I'm like, there's a real special hatred there that I'm like, he is attacking you and it's real. And if you don't know it's coming, you're getting hit from behind in every area and you're in the darkness. We want to shed light on that so you can go, no, stop and put up a shield and fight back. That's why this is so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And I want to draw out one thing to you. He hates you because you were created to and are, at your very core being, beautiful.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
I just got chills.
Right? Hear me when I tell you. You're beautiful. You are beautiful. You are a life giver.
Yeah.
You were created with such magnificent beauty in the image of God to reflect the most beautiful parts of who he is.
Oh my gosh.
We get to do that.
I would cry if I were more emotional. I can feel it. It counts. I got the feeling. It counts.
Put it
Consider
down.
me crying.
This is one
I'm
for the books.
weeping. Yes.
Right. But these, among other things, keep us from even feeling at the very surface level beautiful or worthy of being beautiful. And we are here on this couch to speak against that.
Yes, and worthy of having rights.
Right.
Which,
absolutely. So
as a beautiful woman, I'd love to know one or two that stick out to you on the list.
Right, because we're asking you to do the hard work, work through the list, and so we're like, okay, we're going to go first. And you did already from your past, but you're a new woman now, and so you get to go next.
Oh!
So first for me, I have the right to be imperfect.
You feel that?
She says confidently with a smile. And here's the way I struggle with this because I am not a perfectionist. If you know me, there's nothing about me that strives for perfection. I'm like, it's done, it's good, okay, let's go. But there is always the draw to perfection. Like, somewhere deep inside of me, I'm drawn to be perfect. And like, there's a tie there to my identity. And I fight so hard against that. And here's how. So this is a really practical way. I share my mess first. From the moment I started like saying, you know what, I think God wants me to speak into the lives of women. I'm going to share my mess first. Boom. I'm not going to lead with anything great, right? I'm going to share the messiest part to invite you into my mess. I want you to see it and experience it and know that you're not alone. So you can go second and third and fourth.
Be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable
Yeah.
with the messy, because life is really messy. My life is really messy. And so I committed to that from day one.
Yeah.
And that is what keeps me grounded and tied to my real identity, that it doesn't matter how messy I am and how messy my life is and whatever, like I am worthy, I am chosen, I am beautiful, I am captivating, regardless. And so that's one of the ones that I struggle with.
Yeah.
But like that so matters, and you can see how that matters, how I show up in the world and how I even now do my job. But it's so important.
Yeah.
It's like perfection is an illusion.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be imperfect.
Because we are.
Kind of who you are.
All of us.
Yeah, just let it go. Okay. So that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so my second one is I, Lisa, have the right to have and express all of my emotions.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my gosh, I know that's true. Sometimes I live that way. Most of the time I don't. There's this nagging voice in the back of my mind going, no one takes you seriously when you cry. You feel too many things, and people that puts people on edge. So you're gonna have to tone that down.
You've said like too much. It's too much.
Here's the kicker. I feel like I'm either too much for people or I'm too little for people. I'm like too much or not enough. And in either space, I'm not worthy.
Where's peace there?
There's no peace there.
No.
Yeah, do you think God created me to be too much or not enough? No, that is not. So I have the right.
Just right.
Thank you,
You created to be just right.
Not too big, not too small.
Wow, God is good.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Thank you, though. Yes.
You're welcome.
Just right.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to struggle with that.
Yeah.
I hate that I struggle with that because I'm a feeler. And it matters because for me, as a feeler,
Emotive,
empathetic, all of that. My greatest gift to the world is my ability to connect with people emotionally.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm not living and I'm not helping other people live well.
You're not you're not living how you were created either. Like God's like, no,
Yeah.
I gave you this for a reason. Use it.
It's a gift
Yeah.
to know and feel and have and experience all of my emotions. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable, but
Get over it.
Yeah, it's not about you. I'm living and feeling to invite people into exploring their emotions, having a hard conversation, having a great conversation. Let's laugh. Like sometimes you need permission to laugh. Like my feelings and my emotions allow me to show up that way. They allow me to be an amazing storyteller.
Yes.
And so I have the right to have and experience all of my emotions. And you do too.
And that's what's true about you. That is when you walk in that freedom and that confidence of this is how God created me to be, you're living what's true about you.
Yes.
And I would say as a friend, you have the permission to laugh because of your emotions. And my first thought was, you give me the permission to cry. I don't cry, and if I do, it's alone and hidden. But being in relationship with you, I don't know if you've noticed, but over the past couple of years, I'm a turn on the waterworks.
I've noticed, and I love it.
Because she's safe and encourages, and I'm like, well, what if I just leaned into this emotion a little bit? I'm with Lisa. She's not going to judge me. She knows how to navigate emotions. Maybe I could try this a little bit. And then I let my guard down and I'm free to emote. Like, you're teaching me how to feel. So that's a gift for you. That's a gift for the people around you. How many other safe spaces are you allowing people to be in with you?
Thank you, Jen.
Yes, just right.
Just right. Well, enough about me. It's your turn.
Oh, boy.
Do the work.
Okay.
Okay, back to the Assertive Bill of Rights for you, Jen.
So I'm a new woman. I have new redemption in life on the other side. So I have 2 brand new ones. Isn't this fun? I get 4.
Yay!
So now when I look at the list in my current situation, I look at the line. I have the right to be aware of and fulfill my own needs.
Oh, your own needs?
Oh, you have
Do
those?
you have
I don't know. I'm a mom, so everyone else comes first. And maybe if there's time, like after midnight when everyone's sleeping, maybe I could take a bath. Or
After
maybe
midnight?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how
12
many
to 2
times.
is the golden hour.
Oh my gosh.
Silence in the house. Silent. And everyone's taken care of and no one needs me. And I could like paint my nails or
I'm sorry. Let me count on 0 hands how many times I've taken a bath after midnight.
Oh, like I will catch up on texts and emails.
What is happening?
Yeah,
Okay.
that happened last night.
Let me read this to you.
Okay.
Jen! Sorry, that was aggressive. This is how passionately I feel about baths after midnight. Jen, you have the right to be aware of and fulfill your own needs.
Yeah, so I drilled down of why this is such a problem for me. You're like, get it through your head, I'm about to shake you. Or slam you in the head with a clipboard. Okay, this is why this is a conviction thing. When I was drilling down of like why can't you just take time and do that? And I'm like, being vulnerable, sharing my mess, I will admit I tend to be a scorekeeper. So everything in my black and white life is fair and it's great in my brain until you're in relationships and then it gets a little dicey. But I'm like, with kids and a family and a household and a marriage, I feel like I have to earn the self-care. I have to stack up a few things of I'll watch the baby for you while you mow the lawn. I have to like store up an inventory before I can cash in my chips to say, okay, now I've watched her for 3 days from these hours. I've accrued this time, like a time card, like I'm clock in, clock out kind of thing, so that I can go, it's your turn now. I've earned it. Look at the rap sheet. Like I've earned it. And now I can go take a bath or whatever.
But you don't.
I know, but in my brain I do. I'm gonna work on it.
In my brain, I'd take a bath after midnight. That's better.
But no, you're saying I don't have to cash in chips?
Well, I'm definitely saying that, but
Okay.
I'm still saying you hardly ever cash in your chips. You make the list in the stockpile and stockpile and stockpile, and you hardly ever cash in your chips.
Yeah, it's little ways in my brain, like, will you hold her so I can go do this or whatever? It's like,
Will you
little...
hold?
Okay.
Okay, this is not. I'm not even trying to go into a man bashing. That is not at
No.
all what this is.
No.
This is Jen.
Yes. Yes. So
Jen.
I need to not feel like a scorekeeper. I need to not keep score.
Yes.
And to just go, their equality in parenting and in a household is a good thing. And I have the right to know, and not abuse it, but know, I need self-care right now. Can you do this? I didn't accrue hours to show you. I'm not cashing in chips, but I need this, and I'm aware of my need, and I need to go fulfill it and just go do. And not feel like, oh, I'm going to pay for this later because I need, the scorekeeper thing.
Okay. I'm going to challenge you.
Oh, I thought that was good.
No.
We can move on. Okay.
Everything is amazing.
Okay.
Everything you said, I'm with.
Okay.
I'm challenging you in real life
Yes.
to actually do that.
Okay.
And when this look, I got my mom's finger out.
She knows me. She knows
Okay.
where I live.
Okay? And
Okay.
now listen, we're gonna give you a peek behind the scenes here. We're not recording this in January, okay? It's a little bit earlier, okay?
But I did darker nails
I know,
to show that.
but listen. By January,
Okay.
by the time this airs, Jen
Yes.
will not accrue at least one time. I'm asking you, one time.
I can do that.
You've got a little bit of time to do that.
Yes.
Please exercise this right one time.
Okay. And I will say, not the before or the after, because sometimes I've had to go, want to cash in early, but know that I'll pay for it on the back end. So that doesn't count either.
No.
I'll do
Just the
before and after.
full-fledged, my needs matter right now, and I'm going to go
Do this.
do this. Thank
care
you.
of them.
Goodbye.
All right.
Okay, next one.
Next one. That was supposed to be the easy one.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, I'll try to speed through. I have the right to relax, let go. I can't even say
You can do it.
and do nothing.
What was that?
I think it says do nothing, but I don't know what that is. So I'm gonna work towards that one.
No. You can't work. You can't work towards doing nothing. Doing nothing
Well,
is
I
the
can't
opposite
do
of
it
work.
now.
Here, let me teach you. Put your clipboard down.
Okay.
Ready?
Ew, I hate it so much.
How long is that? We need to put a timer on that.
I hate it. It's
That
so
was
cringy. I can't do it.
I don't think you made it one actual second.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo! It's hot in here.
We've got
okay.
a problem over
So
here.
I struggle to relax in general. It's
Yeah.
just it's harder for my personality to let the hair down and kick the feet up. I
Sure.
want to be doing all the time. And achieving and accomplishing and blah, blah, blah.
That's okay.
And being productive and efficient. Okay, so that's hard, but that it goes in progressive order. The next hardest thing for me is to let go. My word of the year is surrender. Okay, so obviously God's like control. Synonymous with letting go is surrender. So I've had to work on this entire last year. But the third and final horrific, foreign, impossible, I don't really believe that it could be done one is do nothing. And why I struggled with this is because of the whole, I believe somewhere deep down that I am defined by what I do. So if I did nothing, then
You are nothing.
I am nothing. I am nothing.
That's a lie.
Yeah, so why it matters? The opposite of everything we just said. So
Ta-da!
that I can, because my cycle is, I go, energize a bunny, and then I crash and burn. And it's like a valley of at least a week, and you won't hear from me, and I'll be MIA. This just happened
Can
not
you,
long ago.
since we tried to open my imagination a little bit, can you open your imagination and go like, what if I didn't? Crash and burn is inevitable. We all do it, but like, you do it in a very special way. So, what if your very special way of crashing and burning was like you did that half the amount of time? You know?
Right, that was my thing. Is I'm like, why it matters is because that's my cycle. What if I could try to relax and let go and do nothing in between my Energizer Bunny chapters? I bet I wouldn't crash and burn, or if I did, it would be a lot shorter and a lot more manageable and a lot less
You
scary.
could get into the rhythm.
Yeah, it would be nice.
A rhythm of rest.
Yeah, like
A rhythm of rest.
weekends, that would be.
Oh yeah, a weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
come around
They sure do.
every few days.
Yes. So
Oh, boy.
we struggle, that matters. This is just walking you through the process. We want you to do the same thing now. Look at the list.
We're gonna put it back on the screen. If you didn't screenshot it the first time, now that we've convinced you that you are worth thinking deeply about this
Yes,
and
please.
examining, maybe making some changes, we'll put it back on the screen. We're gonna put the whole thing up there.
Pick a couple.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one that goes, "Oh, I don't believe that.
There it is.
There's your one. This is not a secret. This is not a hide and seek game. Take a picture of it, or it's in the show notes. Snapshot a picture of it there. Great. And do the work. Pick one. Figure out why you struggle with it. What's the story there? And then figure out why it matters.
Yeah.
And that's what we are asking you to do today, right now.
Yes.
Do it. And then we want to hear about it. So, like, please reach out to us. Let us know. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear
like,
the
hey,
stories.
this line hit me and this is why.
Yes,
And unpack it.
And we will share our stories as well. And so we can look forward to together asserting ourselves as women, as who we are created to be. And one thing I absolutely know for certain that you were created to be is a really good mom.
Thanks for listening to the I Am Mother of the Year podcast with Lisa and Jen. If you love what you hear and want insider access to more conversations just like these, exclusive Mother of the Year merch, and access to the I Am Mother of the Year podcast one day early, join the growing community of patrons who support our movement at patreon.com/I Am Mother of the Year. Talk to you next week.